As I begin, if you're black out there, I appreciate you just because you're a person, not because of the color of your skin. And I'll do my best to judge you by the content of your character. And to my black friends out there, I still love you guys.
Say Black Lives Matter.
You put the fist up, but you gotta say Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, say Black Lives Matter, homie.
Feel better.
Say fucking Black Lives Matter right now.
Black Lives Matter.
Say Black Lives Matter, bro. No,
You didn't? I didn't hear shit,
bro.
Yeah, I'll say it. Black lives matter. Black lives are beautiful. If you're someone who says all lives matter, that makes you an obvious white supremacist. Let me say it again. Black lives matter. Black lives matter more than white lives. Black lives matter more than anybody else's life. Yes, this is America, and you do have freedom of speech, which includes the freedom to stay silent. Or, the way I remember it, the right to remain silent, which the cops remind me of whenever they arrest me. And as we gain power, we will be asking you, requesting, that you exercise this right more and more. But until then, remember, silence is violence. At this point, your choice to remain silent in the face of obvious oppression is fascistic and racist. Your choice to exercise this freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences. America was built on the tolerance of different ideas, both brilliant and criminal. And I'm sure that there are some of you out there who might point to the malicious and dishonest critics of BLM as they point out that their website once stated that they were a Marxist organization. That, in fact, their founders said so out loud.
The criticism is helpful. I also think that it might, first thing I think is that we actually do have an ideological frame. Myself and Alicia in particular are trained organizers. We are trained Marxists. We are super versed on sort of ideological theories.
So somebody please explain to me how Marxism is so un-American. What is so wrong with Marxist ideology? I want you to know that wherever it's been employed, it has achieved wondrous results. It has truly achieved equality of outcome in so many places. And you might have read that BLM is in favor of disrupting the nuclear family. But how else are you going to install the correct way of seeing the world if you have pesky parents guarding the minds of their impressionable children? In all societies infected, wrong word, blessed with communist ideology, they've always sought to disrupt the nuclear family in order to be able to more successfully propagandize and brainwash children when it's easiest. That is the only way for a long-term peaceful outcome, so that the right people might not only gain power initially, but retain it. And think about it. Do you really believe that the founders of BLM had wonderful childhoods with loving two-parent families? They're only acting through the prism that they understand and know. So I think it's important to have some doggone compassion for them and for their views. And as they are our moral superiors, it is their obligation and duty to force, let me rephrase that word, to convince via coercion, that's better, their noble aspirations for our society. Let me show you the positive influences that we desire to have. If a black man is arrested for any reason, we will march and chant for his release. We will protect you.
Who do we protect? You say black criminals. Who do we protect?
Black criminals!
Who do we protect?
Black criminals!
Who do we protect? When I say who do we protect?
Because black lives matter. If you're black and you're at the house of the person who's accused you of rape, you have an arrest warrant out for you, the police come based on her call and try to arrest you. You tussle with the police, you get out of their tase, you walk towards your own car knowing that they have their guns trained on you after having resisted arrest. You ignore their orders to stop and you reach into the car for God knows what, and they have the temerity to shoot you. We will have your name placed on the helmets of NFL players during live games. The NBA will boycott playoff games in your honor. We will raise $2 million for you. The presidential nominee of the Democratic Party, which fervently supports BLM, will visit you and your family and tell you how proud they are of you. We will make you a hero because Black Lives Matter. You can smash up property that isn't yours while high on meth and cocaine. Put someone who has warned you to back away, shown you his gun, who is retreating, into a chokehold and kill him before that man is allowed to use self-defense and shoot you, because Black Lives Matter. And if you get shot for taking such action and the racist district attorney states that it was self-defense on the part of the white man, then we will march and threaten him for doing so until the weak man acquiesces to our wishes and puts out a warrant for that white man's arrest for the murder of his attacker. Maybe that will get him to kill himself, and we'll take pleasure in it because at least we even the score. Because Black Lives Matter. When you loot downtown Chicago,
We gotta be a screamer! We gotta be a screamer! Get me up! Fuck this shit!
because a black man was shot by the police, despite the fact that he shot at them first, well, our leaders will never condemn you for your actions because we will just justify them as reparations. Because, you know, Black Lives Matter. When the co-founder of our Toronto chapter calls white people genetic defects and deficient, please note how we mentioned that there is such a thing as freedom of speech. She will never be criticized because Black Lives Matter. The fact that cities of America are being torn down, buildings burnt to the ground, stores looted, is a function of how much society is not appreciating how much Black Lives Matter. And let us assure you, if you continue to stay silent, this is going to keep happening. So open your mouth already. Tell us exactly how you feel.
Yeah, say Black Lives Matter,
Feel
homie.
better.
Say fucking Black Lives Matter right now.
Peace out there. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share the video with a friend.